Hello everyone, welcome back. You know what it is. Today I'm going to be testing some more makeup hacks and hopefully some of these will be good ones. You know what? I have high hopes because a couple of these things I can actually see myself doing in my daily life. So fingers crossed they work. If you like this kind of content, please give this a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And if you watch my videos quite often and you want to subscribe, that would be amazing. Thank you so much in advance. Let's get into the video. First thing first, I'm putting on some of the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I have got mine in the shade 1, I think this one is. Yes, 1 Fair. And e.l.f. are actually partially sponsoring this video, which is so exciting because I love e.l.f. as a brand. And just in case you weren't already aware and you like the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, they've actually expanded their e.l.f. Halo Glow range. And today I'm going to be showing you the Halo Glow Beauty ones. These are the contour ones. The Halo Glow setting powder, which has had a bit of a makeover. I've got mine in the shade Light. And also they have a little powder puff now, which is so cute. It matches all the pink theme. It's the perfect little travel size. You can put this in your handbag. It's really soft and squishy. So obviously when I get to each of these steps I would talk more about them, but thank you e.l.f. for sponsoring the e.l.f. section of this video. I feel like this is such a cult drugstore makeup product now because it just works really well. If you're looking for a little bit of coverage but you want a really nice glow, you don't want anything too heavy, maybe you want to mix it with your foundation or just use it to give a bit of a glow on top of your makeup that you've already got to kind of freshen it up a bit. It's a really nice product for all of those things. And for me, I just like how it makes my skin look really healthy. So this is my skin with just that on. As you can see, it's not full coverage, but it just gives a little bit of coverage and a really nice glow. The first hack that I'm going to try is putting a dot of contour right kind of like in the hollows of your cheeks instead of doing the full contour stripe kind of down from your ears and going downwards. And apparently this is supposed to be a really easy way to get a sort of lifted cheekbone effect but without adding too much product, and it gives you a more sort of like, I don't know, like sculpted face supposedly. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow contour ones for these. I've got the shades Fair Light and Light Medium. Fair Light is a really good contour shade. It's got quite a cool undertone, so I'm going to use this to contour and this to bronze. Well, I mean, I usually do kind of bronzy contour anyway, but it has a little spongy applicator and you just squeeze this to get more product out, so you can be quite sort of precise with where you're putting it. But as you can see, this is quite a cool toned one. They have a really good shade range in these as well. So then this one here is the light medium shade. So I'm just going to do like, and then you're supposed to just sort of tap it out and blend it out gently within that area. Okay, wait, I can already see that making a difference. Like, yeah, wait, it kind of does like sculpt out that part of your face. I didn't actually think I was gonna like this one, but it definitely does give that sort of shadow effect right under your actual cheekbone. I don't know if this makes my face look rounder though. It almost gives like a little like dimply sort of effect. Does it look strange from the side though? Like, can you see it? To be fair, I think if you blend it out enough, you can't really see it from the side. And as long as you have the right shade, I think this would look a little odd if you did it with a really warm toned colour. But no, that kind of just looks like a shadow. Definitely works. To be honest, I would probably still go in with bronzer around like the perimeters of my face anyway, but then just do this as like a little extra thing. And because this is a really nice cool tone shade, it's really good for nose contour. To be honest, because of this shade and my skin tone, I feel like I don't even need to do that much blending with this, just like a little tap over the top. This next one is an ombre concealer into blush. So I've seen the whole pink under eye trend and a lot of people were like mixing blush with their concealer and making a really pink under eye. This is more of an ombre where you start with a light concealer, then a slightly darker concealer, a light blush, and then a brighter blush. And then you blend it all out together and it's supposed to make this really cool effect. So we're gonna try it. One swipe of the lightest one here. This is like more concealer than I would use anyway. Then the slightly darker shade. Then I'm taking a lighter blush and a darker blush. This is Rare Beauty Bliss and Grace. I've not actually tried these shades yet, so hopefully they work out okay. Let's put Bliss here. Oh wait, that's a bit darker than I thought it was going to be. Grace just there. I feel like she skipped a couple steps there. Also, it's very brave to blend out the lighter shade first, but I'm going to do exactly what she did. So blend out that lighter concealer. Oh god, this is so much concealer. And then blend that into the pink. Wait, why is that? Because this concealer's got such good coverage, it's pretty much swiped out the whole of the blush shades. Why didn't it work for me? Let me just go back into here and just blend this out normally. It's definitely brightened up my eyes. Let me just go back in again with the blush and try that again because I think the concealer just covered it. Also, she was using a brush, so maybe that makes a difference as well. The only reason I didn't is because I don't have one that's kind of the same shape as hers, but let's try with this. Oh boy. It is giving Hunger Games. I'm not sure about this one, you guys. I'm just gonna blend over it with my sponge to make it a bit more blended. Obviously, it just looks a bit odd on me. However, she does then go in with powder and the powder kind of saves it a bit. So maybe I do the same. Hang on, before I do that, I'm just gonna add my bronzer and the actual blush so that it kind of looks a bit more seamless instead of just this pink stripe. So I'm using the contour wand in light medium. Maybe this would have looked more normal if I'd have done my bronzer already first. You see how easy that blended? Now I have a slight bit of double contour going on, but that's okay. It definitely looks better now that I've done the bronzer, but I still feel like it's a bit much for me. Like, I don't mind a subtle pink under eye to brighten, but actual blush under your eyes I think is just a bit much for me. She says as she applies more. Pretty shades of blush though. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder, which a lot of you guys actually commented on one of my recent videos that this is one of your favourite drugstore powders. Let me just make sure that those creases are blended out. Then I'm taking the powder puff, picking some up on here, and then I'm just gonna pat off the excess on my hand, and then just setting that area, just gonna press that in. Okay, once I've added the powder, that just looks now like normal blush. So part of me thinks, what is actually the point of doing the whole under eye thing in the first place? Because once you powdered it, just kind of looks the same as regular blush. No, obviously you can see the difference in the powder here. It's very smoothing on the under eyes, but once I put this all over my face, you'll see that it's not fully matte. I mean, it's by no means shimmery, as you can see, but it has an ever so slight bit of glow in it. I can still definitely see that contour down here, you know. And I'm just going to set my whole face with this. Can you see on my forehead how it has the tiniest bit of radiance to it? I'm also just using this to carve out my nose contour, which is part of the next hack. So apparently what you want to do for this next hack is carve out your nose contour with powder before you've actually contoured your nose. I know that I had a little bit of cream contour on, but I tend to use cream and powder products at the same time. But also down the middle and on the tip like that, so you just leave out the spaces where you would usually contour but before you've actually done it. The way that I've seen reverse contouring like this done before is that they will have covered their nose in bronzer, then do this, then wipe it all away. However, what this particular hack recommends is doing your powder first, then you dip into a powder bronzer or a powder contour, whichever you feel like, and you dust off the bake with your bronzer brush and the bronzer like this. And guys, I've got to say, I have been doing this accidentally for a while, where I have been running late and I haven't had time to do like cream contour on my nose, and then I've baked my nose, and then I've just wanted to put like a bit of bronzer on my nose, so I've just dipped in and then just done this all over my nose, thinking that I would then need to go back in with highlighter, but you don't. It does the job for you because the bronzer doesn't stick to the areas where you've got the powder, and then you dust that away and the bronzer just sticks to the areas that are left, and then you're left with the perfect little nose contour. That one is genius. And I guess if you need to top it up, you can go in with like a smaller brush and just add a little bit extra to connect it, but generally that works really well. But if you guys wanted to get your hands on any of the e.l.f. Halo Glow range, you can get it from their website, which is just elfcosmetics.co.uk, or you can get it from Superdrug or Boots. And obviously e.l.f. are cruelty free and vegan. They're really affordable products, but they're really good quality. So if you guys want to check them out, I will leave a link down below. I'm just gonna add a little bit of blush. My nose is looking sledged. This next one I absolutely love the idea of, however I don't know how it's going to work on me. So this one is a little hack on how to make your eyes pop. Obviously we've known since the beginning of time the opposites on the colour wheel sort of make the other one appear brighter. So if you have blue eyes, they say that you should use more warm tones. If you have brown eyes, you should use more like purple and blue tones, I think. But what this girl is saying is that instead of putting eyeshadow all over your whole lid, all you need is just a little triangle in your inner corner, tiny bit on your lower lash line, and then a wing of that opposite colour to your eyes. So I'm going to bring up a colour wheel, and I really wish in these moments that you guys could give me feedback on which colour my eyes are. I feel like I'm between the blues and the bluey greens. Actually no, I reckon I probably match up better with sort of like this shade, or maybe like this shade. Yeah, so if I go to the opposite side here, it's like a light orange, which I just don't, I think that will look weird on the inner corners. I'm gonna go with this. I feel like that's a good compromise because it's orange, but it's not super bright orange, but it's got like a tiny hint of reddish tone in there. This is the Jade Thirlwall eyeshadow palette, and that is the shade Tarot, so I'm gonna go for that one. Let's give it a go. And this girl was saying that if you do this trick, people will be in a trance by your eyes. I'm gonna stamp in the inner part of my eye. Let's do one at a time and so I can fully show you the difference. And then she does a little bit here as well, and a tiny bit in her waterline, which I'm kind of scared that I'll get it in my eye, but whatever. Then a little bit in the outer. And then a bit of like a smudgy wing. And then kind of just smudge it out with your finger. It definitely gives a bit more shape to my eye. Does it make my eye look more blue? I don't know. You're gonna have to let me know in the comments because I can't tell. Looking at myself, I'm like, it looks the same, does it not? Either way though, I like how it looks. I think it looks pretty cool. Although I did get orange eyeshadow in my eye and my eye is now going bloodshot. So maybe don't do the in your eye bit. But I had to do it on the other eye so that it matches, you know? Now that it's on both of my eyes, I think I do see a difference. I mean, apart from this one now being really bloodshot. I quite like it because it still gives that pop of colour without like having to do eyeshadow all over your whole eyes. Eye drops, please save me. I actually think that's made it worse. This next one is to use a Q-tip to do some eyeshadow designs. I've seen people doing dots with this. I've seen people doing little flowers with this. I'm going to try the little flowers because I think that will be really cute and like an easy festival or pride makeup look. So let's just take one of these. Dip into your favourite eyeshadow. I'm going to use like all of the brights in here, I think. Let's start with the yellow. And you literally just dip your Q-tip. This should be, I'm surprised that I've actually not tried this sooner. Oh my gosh, look! One with an orange middle. Also, cotton buds or Q-tips or whatever you want to call them are really, really cheap and everyone probably has them in their house already, so it's like accessible to everyone, which is cool. Pink. And then I'm just going to take the other side and let's do purple. I'm actually surprised how pigmented the eyeshadow comes out. It is so unbelievably easy. What should we do for the others? Let's do blue. Oh, I should have picked a different colour. That one's too dark and it just looks a bit weird now, doesn't it? Oh well. For the last one, I'm going to do this like greeny mint colour. Some of the shades aren't showing up as much. I think it would be better if I hadn't set my eyes. But I've seen people doing this and then adding like a little gemstone in the middle. Like a rhinestone, not an actual gemstone. It seems to work best if you sort of like put it in there and then twist and like roll it to pick up the eyeshadow. Maybe choose some better colours than I did because I feel like they're not the best colour choices, but it really worked and that was so easy. Very handy little tool. Also maybe set it with setting spray after just so that it kind of locks it all in. Adding some mascara, then I will be back for the lips. So this one is to put your lip liner above your natural lip line, a little bit there, a little bit there, and a little bit underneath, and then blend it with your fingers, and it's supposed to give like an outline of like a new lip and make your lips look a lot plumper, but it's not the typical overlining. So they're saying to put your lip liner like above the border of your lip. Let me zoom you back in. And then one underneath like that. Hers looks so good. And then you take your finger to blend it out. Definitely worked for that bottom lip. I don't think the top one has really worked though. I think I need a little bit more. Do my lips look plumper? I feel like with this one, it really depends like where you place it, because I think I need some like up here, but she didn't put any in her Cupid's bow. That made a difference, I think. Did it? Or does that just look a bit weird? It kind of works, but the main one that I think works is this one, because that just looks like a shadow underneath your lip, which makes your bottom lip look plumper. This one on me, I'm not really sure it's giving the same effect. Maybe I've not put it in the right place. Let me know. I'm not too sure about that one. I'm just going to finish off my lips with some gloss. This one is one of the Bareminerals gloss balms in a shade that I've not tried before called Heart, which looks very similar to Ingenuity, but without the shimmer. Oh my god. I'm not sure about that lip liner one, you guys. I think it looked amazing on her and it really worked. Maybe I just put mine in the wrong place, but it kind of just looks like I've overlined my lips not very well. I will definitely be using the Q-tip one again. I will definitely be using the orange eyeshadowy one again, but just not putting it in my eyeball this time. I will definitely be using that contour one again. And this contour one. There were some really good ones in this. I would do the ombre blush again, just not with the whole concealer in the mix. It was just a bit much. So that is me done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this a thumbs up. If you know of any other hacks that you want me to try, feel free to let me know because I'm always testing them. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love to have you. That would be amazing. I post stuff like this all the time. Thank you again to e.l.f. for sponsoring their little segment of the video. If you guys want to check out those products, I will leave them linked down below. And I hope you guys are doing really good. I will see you in my next video. Bye!